Hey there, everybody, what's going on? Thank you for tuning into Everything Wicked. My name is Chris. Today, we're going to do something a little different than Pokemon and what we've done in the past. We're actually going to look at some comic books today. Not a whole lot, maybe a stack about that big. Have some Superman and some Spawn that we're going to look at. These are all books from about 93 to 96. Ones that I had, in my collection a long time ago and unfortunately lost in a house fire many years ago in about 2001. And since then, I started to regain some of those comic books that I've had in the past, kind of like that Superman up there, my Spawn, all these books that were very nostalgic to me growing up, and I had a huge collection. I mean, I had every single Spawn book that came out from day one of that first issue all the way up until 2001, basically. And I had a ton of others. I mean, just so many comic books. So I really love them. In the past few years, I've been slowly starting to get back to it. I just want to show you and share with you some of the comic books that I have, and kind of the stuff that I collect, I guess. But just a short stack because I really love X-Men a real lot, and I don't have any X-Men books in this stack here particularly today. But I do have some, and I will share those with you eventually as well. And but for today, this is a stack that I pulled out. I kind of want to go over these with you because, like I said, I remember these very much from when I was a kid, and it's great to have them back in my hands. So I'm going to turn the camera around. I'm going to take a look at these, and I hope you enjoy the comics I'm about to share with you. All right, so there's a stack that we're going to go through. We're just going to go through them kind of quick. I haven't read any of these comic books recently. I read all or most of these when I was a kid growing up for sure. This one, for instance, 93. I was 13 years old. Probably one of my prime ages for collecting comic books. This Reign of Superman, there was a big series of these. A lot of different covers that were similar to this, if I remember correctly. I think they had some different colors instead of red, or maybe a green or black, or I don't quite remember exactly, but I know there was a good series of these Reign of Superman. I do have only this number one of this series, this number one comic. As you see, it's numbered to 22. But I hope that someday I will have more of these, maybe even the whole collection again, and the whole series. I picked up these books from a local guy that used to be have a flea market booth, and he does not any longer, but he still has so many thousands of comic books. And I picked these all up for less than $1 a piece. And overall, they're in pretty good condition. These ones are boarded; they're not all, but yeah, I'm gonna go through these. The ones that aren't boarded, I'm going to get boards on them to try to keep them in good condition. And I'm going to try to get more of these Reign of Superman, try to see what I can do about completing everything back here, and completing that Reign of Superman series, as well as some other stuff. This Batman one, I remember this very well, with Bane here on the cover, stretching out Batman's outfit there, his suit. This is a very nostalgic cover for me, this Nightfall series here. I remember it very well, and I'm glad to have this copy as well. And again, this will be one that I try to get some more of this series. I like all comic books. I like DC, I like Marvel, I like Image, I like a little bit of everything. So Marvel and X-Men is, I would say, is probably my number one favorite. Spawn's probably my second, if not very close or good tie with Marvel. So with that being said, I'm going to go through some of these Spawn ones real quick. These are a series. I think there's 4 here, if I remember correctly, of this Blood Feud series. And these are Todd McFarlane, also I believe Tony Daniel, and Kevin Conrad as artists for this series. Spawn Blood Feud. Absolutely love these. These are in great condition. These are from 1995, but I love Spawn. Big, huge fan of Spawn, always have been. And it's nice to have these in my collection. I mean, Todd McFarlane and everybody he's worked with are just amazing artists. I mean, amazing artists. You can see actually right here, Todd Broker, McFarlane, and Tony Daniel. And you just look at the art. Holy smokes. Yeah, great stuff. So that was a series of these like mini series actually. We got that one, these four, and then I have another series as well with Spawn and Wildcats. So this is the same thing. You can see here part 1 of 4. Devil Day. So again, you can see even what, some of these were marked at $4 there, but I got all these for less than $1. So that was the number 1 issue. This is number 2. Here is number 3, of course. I've always loved the art of these. Kind of, I guess, why I fell in love with Pokemon too is from just the art of it. And a lot of, Marvel cards and Spawn cards. I even have a stack of Marvel Masterpiece right next to me. So I've always been a fan. These are actually 3. A lot of these cards I just recently went through actually. Spider-Man 2099. I'd like to get some of those books too. The Spider-Man 2099 comic books are awesome, and I used to have those when I was a kid as well. So these are 1996, and these are some of from the first series of Spawn. I have some hanging up. I have the number 1 hanging up in my on my wall. I have number 8 hanging up. So I still do need to work on completing this. But here's number 11. Here's number 12. Again, I had all of these, every single one of them from many years from McFarlane. All these this very first series. And it's great to have all these back. Some great covers. Great books at Goodreads. If you haven't read these ever or you haven't read them in a long time, definitely do that. In the last series that I have here, these are from 1986. This is, as shown here, a special collector's edition. This is a 6-part miniseries, and I do have all 6. Now, none of these are boarded. They're not in the best condition, but they're not in terrible condition by far. Number 1, 75-cent cover for this. Superman, the Man of Steel. I mean, if you don't like Superman, then I don't really know. Don't know what to tell you. But these are very cool. And in the 80s, great series. I was 6 years old when these came out. Probably actually wasn't collecting comics so much quite at that age yet. It wasn't until I was a little older, probably 10 years old, that I really started to get into comic books. So 6-part miniseries of Superman, the Man of Steel. I think anybody that collects comic books and likes this stuff really collects Superman. So, oh, look at that. 2 Supermans on 1 cover. Some of you know what I'm talking about with that. And a little challenge going around. And this was number 6 of that 6-part miniseries. So again, I'm going to get some boards on here to protect these ones that don't have boards, because I want to keep them good and safe. Right now, this one's cool too with the Batman and Superman on there. Lois Lane on this one. I do want to keep these in the best condition as possible. Same with the Spawn ones. Like this one doesn't have a board on it, and they are actually in good condition, so I want to keep them that way. These ones do have boards, so, and I have them all in a nice safe place in the meantime, and I will, as I get more, share my pickups with you. share some other existing books that I do have, and I hope you enjoy it. And keep an eye out, because very soon, possibly even today, I'll be dropping a short of opening up this Uncanny X-Men pack here too. These are very cool 1992 Uncanny X-Men, and we'll see what happens. I had one of these before, and I got a golden holographic Magneto, so you never know what's going to come out of here. Either way, I'm going to have fun opening that. I'm going to have fun going through some comic book series stuff with you all, as well as I do Pokemon and everything else, on a daily basis. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed looking through these books, and I hope that you will come back and enjoy looking at some more. So thank you very much, and wicked happy hunting, everybody.